What is the number one sign you are on the right spiritual path? We're going to look at that in this video, and this is very, very important because unfortunately, so many people get this wrong, especially in the yogic communities, in the New Age communities. They just have no idea. So it's quite interesting. You get, for example, on my channel, I get comments, obviously. Now you can tell some people are very aware and some people very no. And other people, you can just see their comments. They're learning, but they're not there. And then there are others that come purely from a place of ego and judgment. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a negative comment. It just shows where they're coming from. When we go down the spiritual path, there is and this is the biggest mistake people make, spiritual ego. And they get very, I'm right, you're wrong, this is the only way. Everyone else is wrong apart from me, I know best. It happens. Then you get people who become so dissociated from their body, from reality. The look to the light people, it's all about the angelic beings and all. That is not the path. Because it is said, it is shown so clearly in one symbol. One symbol says it all. It's an amazing symbol. Because some people talk about the dark being evil. The dark isn't evil. If we have no dark, the only thing we see, if we have no night, the only thing we see is blue sky and clouds. We never get to see the stars, the universe. The whole idea of dark in dark magic, we can say voodoo. Voodoo was created as protection magic. Go look it up. The creation of voodoo in Africa. Dark magic comes from, the whole idea of this comes from, dark magic comes from the word kem, from Egyptian magic. Kem literally means, it stands for, it's the old name of Egypt, and it literally stands for the dark lands. And it was talking about the Nile Delta, the rich, dark soil that gives life to the whole area. Because yes, whilst we talk about light, the frequency of light that gives us life is the sun. It is the white light. However, material white, we can say is snow. Not much grows in snow. Or sand. Nothing grows in sand. What grows, what is powerful, what is rich, what is life-giving is the dark soil. New life is created in darkness, in humans within the womb. If it's perhaps within eggs in reptiles, but it's still within darkness, covered up. So the whole thing of dark is evil is absolute nonsense, total programming. The problem here is it is used to control Now, if we want to say not the dark side, this is a bad use of the word, but to lack of freedom, to badness, to evil, to bad deeds, fear is the path. So when people talk about light but are controlled by fear of the dark side, of the richness of that soil, they're never going to experience the true spiritual path, because it is a balance between the white light and the dark material to create the life. Without dark matter in the universe, we know the universe would not exist. That symbol I was talking about that represents the true spiritual path is the yin yang. We have the yin, which is white. We have the yang, which is black. When they are in balance, between the two, you will find the sine wave, the wave of balance. Go look at a symbol. There's a sine wave in there. The sine wave representing the energy. So to know you are on the true spiritual path is not about a dissociated state. It is not about fear. It is not about judgment. It is about balance and alignment within ourselves. What do I mean by that? If we feel very disassociated from ourselves, now this can be good at times. I'm not saying disassociation is bad. Even judgment at times can be good, especially when it gets close to not being judgment, but discernment. Two very similar things, but very different. It's about balance. It's about alignment. It's about feeling perhaps light, yet within the matter, within the darkness, within the physical body, it is about feeling, some would call it chi, prana, universal life force, or we can go deeper than that. So instead of the chi, instead of the prana, it is our jing, it is our ojas, it is our essence, which is connected to what the Egyptians would call nun, which is the primordial waters. Now, if you go and look in all the religions, it is that water, now not H2O water, it is that flow, it is that base vibration, it is the essence of the universe. The primordial waters is where the first sound or word, as taught in most, again, spiritual texts, came from. From that came everything else. So to know whether you are on the right spiritual path, you will have been through releasing your traumas, and you will get to a state of alignment, of balance. And you know when you are in balance and you are aligned, because things that would trigger you emotionally no longer do. You no longer have the immediate need to judge people. You no longer react to those things that people say because their programs are running. They're not talking from their essence, they're talking from their program. You can recognize this, you can see it, you can acknowledge it, You can be aligned, in balance, at peace. You feel within your body this vibration, this hum, these ojas, your jing, your essence vibrating. When we are stuck, simply focusing, using our 5 regular senses, we can only actually detect of the energetic frequency range. We can only actually detect 2% of it using our 5 senses. The more we feel imbalanced, the more we feel this vibration, the more we feel this alignment, the less we are controlled by our programming, by our judgments, by our beliefs. The deeper we can go, the deeper we can resonate with this essence, the more we can connect to the energy of Shakti, the more we can bring down consciousness, Shiva. So we can produce that Shakti Shiv. So the energy can be controlled by consciousness, because otherwise energy just takes the path of least resistance, leading to disassociation, judgments, spiritual ego. You see this so much in spiritual communities. It's so unfortunate. And it allows you to take that Taoist path. And you'll see this. You can find people saying, oh, I've been a yoga teacher for 25 years, and they're all judgment, and it's all about business, and it's all about, oh, you get, I can name so many, there's no point in naming, you know who they are. But when you find those people that, whilst granted, these people will warn you about the dangers, because obviously beliefs and programmings are dangers. But they will also talk about the balance, the flow, the vibration, the energy, the consciousness. If you connect to them, whether live or through a video, they will have this vibration. If you connect to me now, here, you will receive what some people will call Shaktipat from this video. You can just sit watching this video, listening to me if you wish, or just turning the sound down and just reaching out and just connecting with my energy. And just that alone, you will find, is a very calming, soothing thing, if nothing else. If you allow yourself to come into complete alignment with that vibration within you, you may find you even start going into, yes, this is not a Shaktipat session. This is not an energy session. This is not an activation session. This is not a Reiki session, but just this alone. If you allow yourself, if you open yourself up, if you are not restricted, just by sitting with this video, just by connecting, reaching out and connecting to the energy from this video, from this container, you will find you start releasing things. You may find you can even go into spontaneous kriyas if you sit with my videos and my energy long enough. I'm not the only one that does this. There are many people, there are many gurus, many masters out there that can do this. There are many false ones too. Warning. But that doesn't mean to say, just because there are some, most people would say bad seeds. It's not bad seeds. They're just misguided. They're not balanced people. It doesn't mean to say that there is no one that's found this. So remember, the true Taoist does not Go to the mountains and live in the temple. The true Taoist lives in the city, finds alignment within themselves, feels whole within themselves, true within themselves. No need to be triggered. And of course, we must also understand we are human. So whilst you are working on these things, the people you know the most are going to be the hardest ones to release those triggers from. That's why they say the guru to their family is not a guru, because of these things, because of the way life works. So just remember, it is all about balance. It is all about integration. It is all about integrity. It is all about connecting to that vibration. Start feeling the other 98% outside of our senses. You can see demonstrations of people these days, more and more people put on blindfolds, they can still see. Everyone, we all know of the psychic abilities. Some people have them, some people don't. Some are fakers. Mediums, there are many, many false mediums out there, but there are true mediums out there. There are companies out there that will even test mediums and put them through rigorous testing to see their authenticity. And so these mediums can have sort of a certification of being through these rigorous testings to show they are authentic and not just cold reading people. It's funny because you find the true masters not shouting from the hilltops, running ads, but just talking quietly in the background, there for the people who are ready to find them. Remember, there are many good teachers out there. Do your research before you do anything. If you wish to come and work with me, I have courses, I have trainings you can come and do. I have energy sessions that I offer for virtually nothing, for less than a price of a cup of coffee a session. In some countries, it's less than a price of a cup of coffee a month that I charge for weekly sessions. Now, these sessions I should charge way more for, but I do it at these prices so everybody has a chance to see and try these things. If you're interested in working with me, whether it's through sessions, whether it's courses, trainings, go to theawakeningenergy.com or just watch some other videos on my channel. I have so many videos now, and each one offers you a little nugget. Each one you can connect energetically to. There's Shaktipat to a level within all of them. I also have my Shaktipat channel. I also have my Reiki channel. I have music channels where the music is specially designed, and within some of them, I even make those music videos where I appear in them. They are containers, so it's not just the music, it's not just the embedded frequencies I use that are specially curated to go deeper. They are also containers of energy. Go check them out. And with that said, I will see you in another video. Have a think about this. Find the balance. Find the alignment. Know whenever anyone pushes your buttons, whenever you get stressed, whenever you make a judgment call, that's just not negatively. That's also positively. Perhaps you are not quite as aligned, not quite as spiritual, not quite as awakened as you thought you were. I'll see you in another video.